Imagine a world where the colors just faded away. Okay, picture this. A vibrant, bustling forest full of the richest greens, the brightest blues, the warmest browns. It was a place bursting with life, painted with every shade imaginable. And in this forest lived a little fox, a curious fellow with a nose for adventure and paws that were always itching to explore. One day, while exploring a hidden grove, he stumbled upon something truly extraordinary, a paintbrush unlike any he had ever seen. It shimmered with a soft, ethereal glow, and when he tentatively dipped it into a nearby puddle, the water didn't just ripple, it swirled with dazzling, impossible colors. He discovered this wasn't just any brush. It was a magical tool that could literally paint the world around him. A swipe on a dull gray stone turned it into sparkling amethyst. A flick at a wilting flower made its petals bloom in hues never before seen. For a while, our fox friend had the time of his life, adding splashes of unexpected color here and there, giving plain old mushrooms stripes and turning ordinary berries into glowing gems. It was a secret, a playful game that brought even more wonder to his already magical home. But then, something strange and unsettling happened. One morning, the forest didn't wake up in its usual splendor. The green leaves were a dull, sad gray. The blue sky was washed out, almost colorless. The brown earth was muted and lifeless. It was as if all the color had been drained away, leaving the forest in a drab, monochrome state. Panic rippled through the forest creatures, but our little fox knew he had the power to help. He gripped his magical paintbrush, but this time it wasn't for fun. It was a mission. He had to repaint his entire world. Taking a deep breath, he started with the nearest trees, intending to make them a glorious green again. But maybe he was rushing, or maybe the magic was feeling mischievous, because the first tree he painted turned a shocking, vibrant shade of purple. He giggled. It looked surprisingly cheerful, but maybe not quite right. He tried again on some bushes, aiming for berry red, but they ended up a chaotic swirl of pink and orange. Then came the animals. He meant to give a little squirrel his usual reddish-brown coat back, but accidentally gave him bright blue polka dots instead. The squirrel seemed a bit surprised, but didn't look too unhappy, chasing his spotted tail. He tried to paint the birds, resulting in feathers that looked like tiny rainbows and wings that shimmered like glitter. There were yellow-striped deer, pink-spotted rabbits, and butterflies with wings like stained glass. It wasn't the neatly colored forest everyone remembered, but it was certainly interesting. There were splashes of color in unexpected places, trees in shades no tree had ever been, and animals wearing patterns nature had never designed. Our fox, covered in paint splotches himself, looked around at his handiwork. It wasn't perfect, far from it. There were streaks and smudges, and some colors ran together in messy, wonderful ways. But the dull, sad gray was gone. The forest was alive with color again. A chaotic, joyful, completely unique masterpiece painted by one determined little fox, and his very magical, slightly unpredictable brush. What color would you paint a tree if you had a magic brush? Tell me in the comments.